Alrighty, let's go through this really quick. I do have some errands to run, so this will be very quick, okay? For you, Euro AUD, our sell zone up here, buy zone down here, Y sell, engulfing sell, and the current price is testing it. And then this is our potential sell zone, so if it closes within this zone in H4, then we can look for our next entries in the next H4 for low risk traders. But for higher risk traders, if you can find a setup while it's tapping in the key level and you want to go for it, you may. But just know that it's a higher risk because H4 has not closed yet. Now, for the buy zone, engulfing fail, right? And engulfing sell that failed. Price tapped the key level once, came back, created the first engulfing buy, right? So, current price is over here. What can EA do? Okay, so Euro AUD, if H4 still continues to respect this zone, then potentially you can switch down to M5 or M15 to find an entry. If it breaks above and closes above, then it might want to test a higher area. Okay, after closing above, breaking the zone, either the price can shoot up in one go or trace back into the key level for a better buy up. Vice versa, if it decides to just drop down into our buy zone and respects it, then potentially we can catch a buy back up. But if it breaks down below, then I might want to test a lower area. Okay, so I'm going to write here, monitor M5 or M15 for entry. If you're looking for lower risk entries, wait for H4 to close first before you enter. Okay, once you find an entry or a setup on either M15 or M5, always start with M15 first. But either way, if you can find any of those setups, wait for the setups to complete itself first before pressing to lower your risk, okay? Now, next, GJ. This has gotten me loving and hating it for a couple of times already. So, our buy zone is down here. An engulfing sell that failed. In the process of failing, created this engulfing buy. Price tapped the key level and flew up. Now, this is the zone where I said that I wasn't going to monitor because if it breaks above, then I might want to test a higher area that I had marked before. But when price came, this happened during the news yesterday. So when the news came, it just shot all the way down more than 100 pips, right? So it created this second engulfing sell for this first engulfing sell. So now this becomes a sell zone. A seller zone where the sellers are waiting to be activated once the price comes into it. Okay, so that's how you move through the charts. Current price is over here. What can it do for GJ? Okay, if it decides to drop down into our buy zone and respects it, then potentially we can catch a buy back up. If it breaks down below, then I might want to test a lower area. Vice versa, if it decides to climb into our sell zone again and respects that, then potentially you can catch a sell back down. But if it breaks above, then I might want to test a higher area. Where do you place your SLs? A lot of you still do not like to place your stop losses, all right? Then you come crawling to me and crying about your account, that you've washed your account. Please help me with this amount, Please place your stop losses. If you put your stop losses and you manage your lot sizes correctly, according to your risk appetite, you will not be in this situation, period. Okay? So, again, place your SL at 40 pips. Always place your SL to manage your losses. If you are not willing to lose your whole account, place your SL. Okay, so after entering, just count 40 pips from your entry and that will be your SL. Now, last but not least, EG. All right, EG is very close to the sell zone. We have our sell zone up here, which is an engulfing buy that was respected quite some time. Then it finally broke down below, becoming an engulfing fill. Price came back, created this first engulfing sell. This engulfing sell shot all the way down due to the news last night also, and respected this engulfing buy. So now you have an engulfing buy meets an engulfing buy. Current price is over here. What can it do? If the current price decides to come back into our sell zone and respects that, excuse me, then potentially we can catch a sell back down. But if it breaks above, then it might want to test a higher area. Vice versa, if it decides to drop down below into our buy zone and respects that, then potentially we can catch a buy back up. If it breaks below, then it might want to test a lower area, okay? Now, mind you, we do have a high impact news on USD pairs later in the evening during the US session. So go check forexfactory.com to get your timings right. All right, so that's it for the 3 pairs. Please trade smart, trade wisely. If anything, just message me for any questions and I will get to you ASAP. All right, bye.